Have you ever wondered why some questions make people uncomfortable, even though you might think they're harmless? You see, words carry weight, and some inquiries, particularly those directed towards gay men, can be inappropriate or offensive. It's all about respect and understanding, knowing what to say and when to say it. It's essential to foster a culture of open yet respectful communication because everyone deserves to be treated with dignity. Well, today we're going to explore 15 questions you should never ask a gay man. Scene script. Let's dive right into the first 5 questions. Question 1. So, who's the man and who's the woman in the relationship? This question is based on the assumption that all relationships must adhere to traditional gender roles, which is simply not the case. Relationships, regardless of the genders involved, are about partnership and shared responsibilities, not about fitting into preconceived roles. Question 2. When did you decide to be gay? This question implies that being gay is a choice, which is a damaging stereotype. Sexual orientation is not a decision but an inherent aspect of one's identity. It's not something one chooses, just as a heterosexual person doesn't choose to be straight. Question 3. Have you ever tried not being gay? This question is offensive because it suggests that being gay is a condition to be cured or a phase to grow out of. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of the nature of sexual orientation, which is not something that can be changed through willpower or therapy. Question 4. Why do you need to flaunt your sexuality? This question is inappropriate because it assumes that expressions of affection or identity are inherently a form of flaunting. When a heterosexual couple holds hands or a man talks about his girlfriend, we don't consider that flaunting. It's important to recognize that everyone has the right to express their love and identity openly. And finally, question 5. Do you think it's just a phase? This question is hurtful because it trivializes the experiences and identities of gay individuals. Being gay is not a temporary stage or a whim, it's a genuine part of who a person is. These questions might seem trivial, but they can cause significant discomfort and harm. So let's continue to educate ourselves and others to ensure that we are fostering a culture of respect and understanding. Moving on to the next set of questions. Question 6 is, who's the man and who's the woman in your relationship? This question is based on a heteronormative assumption that a relationship must have a male and female role. It's inappropriate because it attempts to box in a relationship that doesn't conform to traditional gender roles. Relationships, regardless of the genders involved, are about partnership, not about assigning roles based on gender. Question 7 is, can you help me shop? Or, can you help me with my fashion sense? This stereotype that all gay men are into fashion and shopping can be very offensive. It's not right to assume that someone's sexual orientation automatically makes them an expert in a particular field. We all have individual interests and talents that go beyond our identities. Question 8 is, when did you decide to be gay? The term decide implies that being gay is a choice, which is not accurate. It's like asking someone when they decided to be left-handed or to have blue eyes. Sexual orientation is not a choice but an inherent aspect of who we are. Question 9 is, have you tried not being gay? This question is offensive because it suggests that being gay is something negative that needs to be changed or corrected. It's important to understand that being gay is not a phase or something that can be turned on or off like a switch. Finally, question 10 is, why do you need to flaunt your sexuality? Often this question is asked when a gay person is simply being open about who they are. Everyone should have the freedom to express themselves without being accused of flaunting. It's not about showing off, it's about living authentically. Remember, curiosity should never come at the expense of someone's comfort. And now, the final set of questions. Let's dig right into question 11. Do you get around a lot? This question perpetuates the harmful stereotype that being gay automatically equates to promiscuity. It's not only offensive but also none of anyone's business. Being gay doesn't dictate someone's lifestyle or behavior. It's important to remember that a person's sexual orientation doesn't define their character or actions. Moving on to question 12. Did you choose to be gay? This question is based on the misguided belief that being gay is a choice. It's not. Sexual orientation is not something that can be selected or changed at will. It's part of who a person is, just like the color of their eyes or their height. Asking this question invalidates a person's identity and can be deeply offensive. Next we have question 13. Can't you just try to be straight? This question is not only offensive, but also ignorant. It suggests that being gay is a phase or something that can be changed with enough effort. This is simply not true. Sexual orientation is not a lifestyle or a choice, it's an integral part of a person's identity. Question 14. Do you think you're gay because something happened to you? This question implies that being gay is a result of a traumatic experience or a psychological issue. It's a harmful stereotype that needs to be debunked. Being gay is not a product of one's past experiences or environment, it's a part of who a person is. Lastly, we have question 15. Why can't you just be normal? This question implies that being gay is abnormal or wrong. It's a statement that deeply invalidates a person's identity and is incredibly hurtful. What is normal anyway? Everyone is different, and that's what makes us unique and special. These questions can be deeply hurtful, undermining a person's identity and experience. Now that we've discussed these questions, let's bring it all together. We started by addressing the provocative question, a prime example of an inquiry that can unintentionally cross boundaries. This highlighted the need for sensitivity in our conversations, a theme that we returned to throughout the video. Next, we delved into the first set of questions. These mostly revolved around personal matters that can feel intrusive if asked without a strong rapport. The takeaway from this segment was to respect personal boundaries and understand that not everyone may feel comfortable sharing intimate details about their lives. Moving on, we explored the second set of questions. These were largely based on stereotypes and assumptions about the LGBTQ+ community, emphasizing the importance of not making sweeping generalizations about any group of people. We learned that it's essential to see each person as an individual, rather than a representative of a larger group. In the final set of questions, we addressed issues that can be particularly sensitive, like questions about someone's past or future. We underscored the importance of not pressing someone for information they're not ready to share. It's crucial to remember that everyone has their own timeline and their own journey. Throughout this video, a common thread has been the importance of respect and understanding in our interactions with others. It's not just about avoiding certain questions, but about fostering an environment where people feel seen, heard, and respected. We need to challenge our preconceptions, be open to learning, and recognize that we all have different experiences and perspectives. So, as we wrap up this summary, let's remember to approach our interactions with kindness and curiosity. Let's strive to listen more than we speak, to empathize rather than judge. Because when we do, we create a space where genuine connection and understanding can flourish. Remember, the key to a respectful conversation is to listen more than you speak, and to empathize rather than judge. As we wrap up, let's reflect on what we've learned. We've journeyed together through 15 questions which, while they might seem harmless or even well-intentioned, could potentially cause discomfort or pain to a gay man. We've explored why these questions, from one's probing into personal relationships to others making misguided assumptions, are best left unasked. Each question we've discussed is a reminder of the importance of respect and understanding. We've seen how these questions can perpetuate stereotypes, invade privacy, and create unnecessary discomfort. It's not about being politically correct, it's about being empathetic, about treating others the way we ourselves would like to be treated. Remember, curiosity is natural and asking questions is how we learn, but it's equally vital to ask the right questions, ones that foster a culture of inclusivity and respect. We need to be aware of how our words can impact others, how they can either build bridges or create divides. In our quest to understand one another, let's aim to ask questions that are considerate and thoughtful, questions that respect personal boundaries and individual experiences. We can turn our curiosity into a tool for building stronger, more respectful relationships. Next time you engage in a conversation, remember these points, and together we can make our interactions more respectful and inclusive.